On the Amtrak from Boston to New York City by Sherman Alexie. The white woman across the aisle from me says, look at all the history. That house on the hill over there is over 200 years old, as she points out the window past me into what she has been taught. I have learned little more about American history during my few days back east than what I expected, and far less of what we should all know of the tribal stories whose architecture is 15,000 years older than the corners of the house that sits museumed on the hill. Walden Pond? The woman on the train asks. Did you see Walden Pond? And I don't have a cruel enough heart to break her own by telling her there are 5 Walden Ponds on my little reservation out west, and at least 100 more surrounding Spokane, the city I pretended to call my home. Listen, I could have told her. I don't give a shit about Walden. I know the Indians were living stories around that pond before Walden's grandparents were born and before his grandparents' grandparents were born. I'm tired of hearing about Don fucking Henley saving it too, because that's redundant. If Don Henley's brothers and sisters and mother and father hadn't come here in the first place, then nothing would need to be saved. But I didn't say a word to the woman about Walden Pond because she smiled so much and seemed delighted that I thought to bring her an orange juice back from the food car. I respect elders of every color. All I really did was eat my tasteless sandwich, drink my Diet Pepsi, and nod my head whenever the woman pointed out another little piece of her country's history, while I, as all Indians have done since this war began, made plans for what I would do and say the next time somebody from the enemy thought I was one of their own.